106.7 Lite FM.
Why did you decide to take such a long break?
Well, I feel like you don't want to ever overexpose yourself, right? Like it's annoying if you get too much of someone. So that's not really the reason. It's just more for me. I've just been in the studio writing. I've been traveling the world singing and just reconnecting with myself as well. And I feel like I had to do a bunch of things just to kind of really get to the point of releasing new music.
So I did get a question from some people in the audience, and I thought this one was perfect for now. Let's see who it was from. It is from Michael. Who was your favorite artist or band to perform with?
Oh, wow. Yeah, there's a few.
Okay. Where's Michael?
Michael. Hi,
There's Michael.
Hello.
That's his question.
Hi. You know, I loved doing surprising collaborations. So when it's like cross genres, I like it a lot. So I really enjoyed singing with Nicki Minaj.
Very cool.
Because I just love the unexpected, but I love how music influences each other. So I loved working with her, and then I also like did a country song with Rascal Flatts, which was just like such a different juxtaposition, but it was just fun to do, you know.
So you've taken this 9-year break. How much has recording an album and the music business changed between now and your last release? What's the most surprising difference?
Oh, I mean, isn't it weird to think that there was a world before Instagram?
Yeah.
I mean, it really, or even YouTube. I remember when YouTube came out and people were singing my songs on videos and people were like, look at this, isn't this crazy? Everyone can be a star.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the different thing. People used to go to a website of an artist that you liked, and now everyone has their own, like it's like a website.
Yes.
And then the information comes to them. So it's just a whole different time, but I love it actually because we get to curate our own world, hopefully.
I agree.
Apart from people are curating it for us, but
yes.
Yeah.
Now, you worked with an amazing producer on this new project, Linda Perry, and over the course of your career, you have collaborated with a lot of different people. Other than the two you mentioned, what was a memorable creative partnership? Maybe John Bon Jovi or Paul McCartney, Bruno Mars?
Yeah, I mean, wow, yeah. I mean, Paul McCartney, that was definitely one of the highlights for me because I'm such a huge Beatles fan. And I wrote a song about the earth, love song to the earth, and it was about how we should, you know, it belongs to us, but that doesn't give us a right to treat it badly. Like the fact that you own something means you look after it. So,
right.
And I was very exciting that Paul McCartney wanted to be part of that project, and I sang it at the UN. And if it was one of my first experiences of realizing that if you because I don't like public speaking very much. I might be a surprise because I'm a public figure.
Right.
And I'd rather put something in a song. But I found that when I talked about stuff that I cared about, it was very easy.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, it kind of brings me to the next question of over the weekend, you were part of a pretty cool event performing at the National Symphony Orchestra to commemorate the 50th anniversary of the Apollo landing. What was that like?
I mean, come on, that's like one of those
That's amazing.
Things. I mean, it's such an iconic place to sing, and the Apollo. I'm such a NASA fan. I love the symbolism of. I mean, it was a real thing, so it wasn't symbolic, but it was also symbolic in the fact that it brought everyone together.
Yes,
this feeling that anything is possible, even the things that the ceilings that we have on us as human beings.
And one of the astronauts was there, correct?
Neil Armstrong. His children were there. His son and his granddaughter sang. I think there was an astronaut as well. There were some engineers, and Pharrell Williams and Herbie Hancock were there.
Wow.
You know, and it was amazing to talk about what the people who actually were there how many people here were there at the first moon landing? Not many.
We're living.
We're living.
Yeah.
So not many people here.
I was. See? I mean, I wasn't there, but I was living.
Oh, not there at the moon. Sorry. Need a bit of coffee. I'm living in a different reality.
Right.
No, but like they made it feel like we were there, and I'd never seen it before. And it was just interesting to hear Herbie Hancock talking about the feeling of everybody. The whole world was united for 1 minute, for not 1 minute. What was it, a day?
For however long it was. It was more.
For a moment.
A moment is good.
You know, and he had experienced, he'd seen that was really like a hard time in the world at that point.
Yes, 1969 really was exactly. Quite a year.
Yeah. You could say more than I could.
Well, I mean, I was, 7? So I don't remember. I remember watching it in school.
Yeah.
But that's about it. You know, I knew it was a big deal. And we watched it in school.
And there, every now and then there's things like that make you just believe, because but there's a lot more, I think more in life, there's things that make us
brings us together.
But more than the things that bring us together, it feels like there's more things that could pull us apart.
Yes.
And it's more easy to focus on the negative, and I'm not sure why, but
that was an amazing positive to be a part of.
Yeah. And let's hope for many more of those kind of things.
Oh, there are more coming.
Yeah.
So where's Liza Yee? She asked some great questions. Will you have a concert tour here in the U.S.?
I will. Yes. And one of the main things with this album that I really focused on was let's make an album that really is great live. And really me and Linda Perry, we just focused on making, like, what kind of songs do we need for a live show? And the album's called Roll With Me, which means come and hang out with me. And who knows what we'll call the tour, but it's quite a nice name for a tour too, isn't it? Just roll with me, come along for the ride.
She actually had quite a few questions, so I'm going to give her one more.
Okay.
What inspires you?
Oh yeah, that's a wonderful question. I'm inspired by things that happen in my life, but also things that happen in the world around me. I love to put an antenna up and just kind of feel stuff. And I'm quite an outward writer. Like, I write pop songs, right? But that to me means they're anthems. They're songs that like, if I talk about stuff that's going on in my life in an accessible way, then other people might feel the same, and it brings us all together. Where I think some people, sometimes I write selfish songs which are just for me, but I don't release those.
Bathroom songs.
They're not normally as good either. Funny enough.
Well, that's odd, because you're no stranger to awards. You've sold over 20 million records worldwide.
Wow.
Grammy nominated and named one of the 100 greatest women in music by VH1. What's it been like reconnecting with your fans with the gift of new music that you've been sharing?
It just means the world to me when people sing my songs with me. It's a drug. It's what I live for.
Right.
I love connecting with people. I hate disconnection. So to me, it's just that. And I hear so many wonderful stories. Songs mean different things to different people. So sometimes someone's going through a really hard time and that was their song. Or sometimes someone's going through the best time of their life and that, it brings them to that point. So I love to hear both stories.
Well, I think Unwritten is so inspiring because, like, every moment we were writing our stories and, when I hear that song, that's what I think of. It's like, I'm still writing this great and amazing story. So thank you for that.
Thank you. And I have to keep reminding myself that too, right? Like,
that's great.
It's like,
so we're all going to remind ourselves.
Thank you.
Yes. So this has been wonderful, and I'm so glad we got a chance to sit down and not only listen to your songs, or stand up, some of us, and also get a chance to chat with you as well while you were here. And before you go, is there anything else you want us to know about your new project?
Well, the album's called Roll With Me. It's out the 30th of August.
Okay.
But it's already available because it's a new world right now. So it's not so physical. It's much more metaphysical, I mean, you can get, basically just stay tuned because every week or so you're going to have something come out.
That's nice.
Yeah, because I'm just mindful of the fact that people don't sit down that much. Like, we're all very busy, so it's like let's get songs at a time rather than all at once.
All at one time.
Yeah.
I love it. And don't forget to follow her at Natasha Bedingfield on social media. And you can also follow at Dunkin at 106.7 Lite FM.
Follow us.
And at Helen Little if you want to follow me. And thank you guys so much for coming too.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
106.7 Lite FM.